Hello everybody, welcome back to school. Today we're talking about Unit 1, the new lesson. In Unit 1, we're talking about, today we're talking about factorizing the perfect square trinomial. What does mean of perfect square trinomial? Perfect square trinomial, this means the first term is perfect square always positive, and the third term perfect square and this term always positive, and the middle term positive or negative root of first term time root of third term. Some rules to find the first term and the third term and the middle term. For example, 4x squared space plus 1. Which term not exist? The middle term. The rule of middle term, positive or negative root of first term times the third term. We say positive or negative 2 root of 4x squared times root of 1. We say the middle term equal positive or negative 4x. The second example, 25 m squared plus 20 mm plus, we say the third term. The rule of third term, to find the third term, the middle term square divided 4 times first term, 4 times the first term. We say 20 mn square divided 4 times 20, 25 m square. 20 square equal 400, m square n square. After that, 4 divided 4 times 25 equal 100 m square, and we after simplify we say 4 the third space plus 12xy 9y. Which term is non-exist? We say the first term. The rule of the first term, the middle term power 2 divided 4 times the third term, x squared 4 times 9y square. We say 144 x square y square divided 36. For simplify, we say the first term 4x square. Factorizing the perfect square trinomial. If the trinomial is a perfect square, we can factorize it. Now we're talking about factorizing the perfect. Now we're talking about factorizing the perfect square trinomial. Factorizing the perfect square trinomial. Now we're talking about factorizing the perfect square trinomial. If the trinomial is perfect square, we can factorize it by using this rule. Which is rule? This rule, we open bracket and the root of first term, positive or negative, the sign of the middle term. The sign of middle term, this is determined positive or negative. The high common factor should be taken out before the factorization. Factorize the following trinomial: 25a squared plus 20a plus 4. This is a perfect square. Why perfect square? Because 25a squared, the first term is perfect, the third term is perfect. It's perfect square. After that, we open bracket and the root of first term equal 5a plus y plus, because the sign of the middle term equal plus, and the root of the third term equal 2 equal to all power 2. The second equation, 50x squared minus 20 xy plus 2y squared. Firstly, we check this is a perfect square. Yes, perfect square, because the first term is perfect square, the third term is perfect square. After that, we open bracket, and the root of the first term, root of 50x minus y minus, because the sign of the middle term equal minus the root of the third term power 2, and we simplify it. 5 root of x, 5 root 2 of x minus root 2. The third equation, 1 divided 9x squared plus 1 over 3x plus 1 over 4. Firstly, we check this is perfect square. Yes, this is perfect square, because the first term is perfect square and the third term is perfect square. After that, we open the bracket and we find the root of the first term, 1 divided 3x plus y plus, because the sign of the middle term equal plus, and the root of the third term equal 1 divided 2 all of power 2. Difference of the two squares. Now we're talking about factorizing the difference of the squares. We open two brackets, and in the first bracket we put the sum of two quantities time the second bracket the difference of two quantities. For example, we determine the high common factor and open bracket, and we divided the high common factor in the terms of the expression. 2x squared divided 2 equal x squared minus 18 divided 2 equal 9. After that, we say 2 and we put x in the two brackets, and the sum of them in the first bracket, and in the second bracket the difference. The second equation, half x squared minus 2. Firstly, we check there are high common factor or not. Determine the high common factor, half, and open bracket. Half divided x squared minus 2 divided half equal 4. We say this expression x squared minus 4 is the difference of two squares. After that, we open two brackets. After that, we put x and x in the two terms, and the sum of quantities and the difference of quantities. Question number 3, 16x squared times x plus y minus y squared times x plus y. We say the high common factor is this expression x plus y, and open two brackets and divided the high common factor all terms of the expression. 16x squared times x plus y divided x plus y equals 16x squared minus y squared. This expression 16x squared minus y squared, we say this is the different two squares. We open two brackets and we put the root of the first term, 4x in the plus and minus, plus in the first bracket, minus in the second bracket, and the root 1. How to factorizing this? Firstly, we check this first term is perfect square, yes, and the third term is perfect square, and the two different square. We open to the root of x power 100 x power 50, and we put x power 50 in the two brackets, and we put plus and minus, plus in the first bracket, minus in the second bracket, and we take the root of the third term, 1, 1. The second question, 31 times 29. How to using factorization by different square to find this value. Firstly, 31. How to write 31? How to write 31 by using the difference two squares. We can put open bracket, and we can put 30 plus 1 time in the next bracket, 29 equal 30 minus 1, and we say this is the perfect square. This is the difference of two. 52 times 48. How to write this by using difference of two squares? We can open two brackets. 52, we can write it 50 plus 2 in the first bracket, and the second bracket we can write 50 minus 2. 50 minus 2 equal 48. Now we finished our lesson. See you later in a new lesson. Goodbye.